Well, hi there, and welcome to the Alpha Male 2.0 podcast. Once a week, every week. Plus, I have another podcast called the Sovereign CEO Podcast. That's over at calebjones.com/podcast, where we talk about business and international lifestyle and stuff like that. Today, I'm going to talk about vitamins because I get a lot of questions about this. I'm going to go through what to expect and not to expect from them because there's a lot of misinformation on the internet about this and a lot of mischaracterization of what vitamins do and do not do for you. And I will go through all the vitamins that I take, and just as an example, and we'll rock and roll. So first of all, I have been taking vitamins, literally a handful of vitamins every day since my early 20s. So pretty much my entire adult life, I have been taking vitamins. And it's amazing to me to run into adults on a regular basis who are in their 40s or 50s and have never taken a vitamin unless someone makes them do it. It's just shocking to me. It's jarring. Why would you not do this? A few things about vitamins, pros and cons, not pros and cons, but advantages and things that aren't accurate. So the advantages of vitamins. The advantages of vitamins are that you will live longer and you will have less health problems long term. There are numerous studies about how you can reduce the odds of cancer, for example, if you just take an salmon omega or omega-3 fatty acid pill 3 times a day with food. I'll talk about that in a second. There's a lot of data behind this in terms of long-term health benefits. Long-term. Now, the inverse of that is that some people seem to think that if they start taking vitamins, they will immediately feel better, or they'll immediately feel happier, or they'll immediately get bigger muscles. It'll be easier to lose body fat. I'm here to tell you none of that's true. I don't think you're going to feel any better or any worse when you take vitamins versus if you don't take vitamins. There have been days, including several days in a row, sometimes like when I'm traveling, where I don't take any vitamins, and I promise you, I don't feel any worse. I don't feel any, it's not like I have any less energy or feel less happy or that stuff. I think a lot of that is placebo. I think a lot of that is hippie bullshit. And so vitamins, you don't take vitamins to feel better in that day or to get some kind of performance enhancement or any of that stuff. Vitamins, in my opinion, do not assist with those things. Instead, they assist with long-term health. And to a degree, also a little bit long-term anti-aging. If you take lots of vitamins, you will, over time, look a little better for your age than someone who has your exact same body and who wouldn't take any vitamins. So one of the reasons I look younger than I am, I'm 50. Do I look 50? And this isn't the reason. It's probably one of the sub-reasons. But one of the reasons is that I've been taking vitamins, a handful of vitamins, and the good ones, my entire life, starting when I was about 22 years old, 23 years old. So it helps on those things long-term. It's a long-term investment in your long-term health. Don't expect to spend a bunch of money on vitamins and get an immediate impact result. That's not how it works. Now, I've heard from some guys who don't make a lot of money, yeah, but it's expensive. That's true. It is expensive. I'm at the point now in my life financially where I don't care how much things cost, so I don't notice the expense. But I remember back in the day where it was expensive. And you know what I did? I just sucked it up and did it. We're talking about your long-term health. You just need to suck it up and do it. The same way I've always invested in high-quality water. Even when I wasn't making a lot of money in my early 20s, I would invest in, a $300, $400 water filtration system for my apartment because I wanted to drink the best quality of water. It was a long-term investment in my long-term future. So yes, they're expensive. I understand there are ways you can get them cheaper than others. You could get them online in places like that for a little cheaper, but I understand it's a cost. But to me, it's a no-brainer. It's something you just have to do. It's something that I can't imagine, again, not doing. And again, I look strangely at adults who don't take vitamins. Why would you not do this? It's weird. Now, several things about vitamins. You may have heard, because I definitely have heard this, it's just expensive urine. You just pee them out. You're wasting your money. You're just making vitamin companies rich. It's a scam. It's all bullshit. If you take a bunch of vitamins, you'll just pee them out. It won't actually go into your body. Now, let me explain how that works. Do you only get a certain percentage absorption when you take vitamins orally? Yes. So one of the reasons why I inject vitamin B, just as an example. So instead of taking vitamin B orally, I actually inject. I do injections of vitamin B. And the reason I do that is partially for that reason. When you take vitamin B orally, you get a 30% absorption from that pill. When you inject it, you get a 100% absorption. So you have less waste. Now, to be clear and to be honest, injecting is more expensive than taking pills. It's a lot of money or a lot more money. But again, I do it because it's a long-term investment in my health. So the people who say that are partially right. They're also partially right because many people who take vitamins take them incorrectly. Matter of fact, my mom did this for decades. My grandparents, back in the olden days, they didn't know this. You take vitamins when you're eating food with fat in it. Okay? So you don't want to take vitamins like right before you go to bed. Some people do that. Take a handful of vitamins right before you go to bed on an empty stomach. That's dumb. You will not absorb those vitamins. They will just go out your pee. That's dumb. You also don't want to take them first thing in the morning if you're not eating. That is also dumb. You don't just take vitamins by themselves. That's silly. Plus, your stomach may not like it. It might get a stomach ache too. But even if you don't get a stomach ache, you don't take vitamins that way. You have to take vitamins with food that has fat in it. So to that point, I have seen people take vitamins and they eat like a cantaloupe or an apple or something. That's not going to work. You need food. Vitamins are what's called fat soluble. So you need to eat food with fat in it to take vitamins. And worst case scenario, if you want to take your vitamins, but you don't want to eat a meal, eat like a hunk of cheese or, some avocado or something with fat in it a little bit to eat it with your vitamins to make sure you get the absorption. If you eat your vitamins with like a piece of bread or a piece of fruit or some vegetables or something, you're not going to get any absorption. You're going to waste your money. It's just going to go out your pee. So whenever I take vitamins, I take them every day with a certain meal. I take them in my first meal, my breakfast. And the best way to do it, or at least the least bad way to do it, is to take them right before you start eating. So I take an entire handful of vitamins, I'll go through them in a second, entire handful of vitamins, down them, and then I eat my food. Okay. And I will eat that. Right now, and this changes every 6 months. Right now, my first meal today is Greek yogurt mixed with some protein powder and some berries. And I mix it all together and a little creatine because I do this right before or right after my workout, usually right after. And so there's fat in the yogurt. So I'm covered there. I'm good. And so I take the vitamins and I've got that done for the day. And I do that every day. And I've done that every day for, past, almost 30 years. So my point is, next time you hear someone say vitamins are a scam, they just go out your pee, you can correct them. If you eat them with food, with fat in it, you will get absorption. You won't get 100% absorption, but you'll get at least 30%. And if you really want to spend extra money, you can get injectable vitamins. Matter of fact, on that point, I just started taking injectable vitamin D as well as vitamin B. So I'm going to start doing that as well. More injections, but again, I get 100% absorption. So to me, that's worth it. Now, I'm going to go through the vitamins that I take. I'm going to give you a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not a health expert. I do not teach health or fitness. I know nothing. I am a complete moron. Please consult with a qualified medical professional in your area before doing anything or listening to me. Don't take medical advice from assholes like me who do podcasts on the internet. Okay, I'm just telling you what I'm doing based on my own individual research. As a layman, I am not an expert. Okay, disclaimer over. So what I did is I took a picture. And if you are listening to this podcast, I'm looking at my phone and going through this. I took a photograph of all the vitamins I take. And the way it works is take many vitamins. Once a month, I put them all in these little vitamin bins that those old people use for their pills. One a week for 4 weeks. So I do this once a month. Right now, actually, my wife does this for me. So once a month, she goes and categorizes all the pills. So all I do once a day is just crack open the little box, pour them in my hand, and I'm good to go. I have to pull out each and every pill. So I do that about once a month. And I take my vitamins every day, 7 days a week. Every once in a while, I might forget a day. That's okay. When I travel and I'm on a 14-hour flight, sometimes I might forget. But even then, I'm pretty good at putting them in little vitamin baggies. You can get those at Walgreens. You can also order them on Amazon. Where I will, for trips, if you're curious how I do this when I travel, is that I will count the number of days I'm gone. So let's say I'm gone 13 days. I'll get 13 little baggies and I'll just dump those little things into each little baggie and seal them up. And I pack them and I'm good to go. And I've never had any problems with any airports with all my vitamins. And even if I'm on the plane, I will take vitamins on the plane because I like to do that to raise my immune system to reduce the odds of me getting sick on the plane. So I have two sets of vitamins. I have a set of vitamins I take every day, and then I have a set of vitamins specifically for boosting my immune system. I'll talk about that in a second. I have those when I'm traveling on a plane for long distances, or if I start feeling like I might be sick, I'll take those. So first, let me cover the vitamins that I take, and I'll go through each one I take and why I take it. So the first one is vitamin C. I take 1,000 milligrams. I also historically, although I'm not doing that right now, I will take a vitamin C pill and a omega-3 fatty acid pill 3 times a day with food for all 3 meals. Now, I'm not doing that right now. I've just been busy, so instead I take this once a day. I'll probably go back to the 3-day model soon. Vitamin C, the health benefits to vitamin C are absolutely amazing. You can take more than 1,000 milligrams. You don't want to take too much because then you will pee it out. The benefits to vitamin C are so amazing that at one point the FDA of the United States was going to categorize them as a substance. So Big Pharma could make money on it. Stupid. So vitamin C, absolutely you need to take vitamin C. There's no reason not to take it. The health benefits are numerous. The anti-aging benefits, it's just fantastic. Next, I take something called DIM+. That it's a naturopathic supplement that regulates estrogen in your body. Men need some estrogen, but not too much. And since I started TRT many years ago, I talked to my doctor, and I've talked to several doctors, and they say just start taking that as part of your regular vitamin regimen for the rest of your life. And so it helps balance out your estrogen plus other hormonal factors. So I take that. Next is vitamin D. Vitamin D, when you take vitamin D, it's like a mini TRT. If you are feeling sad or sluggish or not motivated or unfocused, you probably have low vitamin D. I've talked about this 1,000 times. Vitamin D levels are one of those things you need to check on a regular basis, along with your testosterone, estrogen, and thyroid. And so what your report should show, and using American numbers, is that number should be above 40, ideally above 50. My vitamin D level is about 53. When I started this process many years ago, my vitamin D level was 14. And I started taking, back then, I started taking 6,000 IU, 7,000 IU vitamin D a day. And I was immediately, this is the one exception to what I said earlier. Vitamin D is a hormone, not a vitamin. It's categorized as a vitamin. It's actually a hormone in your body. This is one of those few vitamins you can take where you will feel a difference. Today, I take 10,000 IUD of vitamin D every day with food with fat in it. But Caleb, you live in Dubai and it's sunny. Yeah, but I'm home in my office most of the day. I'm not spending a bunch of time outside in the sun. If I was, then I would take much less vitamin D. So people say, well, if you live in sunny areas, you don't need to take vitamin D. Yeah, but most human beings are at home all day, working on their phones and laptops and shit. So that's bullshit. If you're outside in the sun all day, you're right. But how many people live like that in the Western world? Not many. All right. So I take 10,000 IU of vitamin D a day, and I will do that the rest of my life. Next, I take chromium picolinate. I take that for insulin. I have diabetes in my family, and I'm still overweight. So anything I do to control my insulin, I take that. I've been taking that for years. I also take metformin, which is not a vitamin. That is something as part of my TRT anti-aging regimen, different topic for different time. That also controls my insulin. Next, I take zinc. Again, numerous health benefits to zinc, immune system in particular. Okay. I don't take very much. I take about, what do I take? I think I take 20, let's see here. See if I have it on here. 20 mg. I don't know if it's measured in mg or not. I don't take very much. You don't need to take a lot of zinc. Zinc's important, but you don't take it very much. So don't take very much. Next one, salmon omega-3. I will take 1,000. The pills are anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200. I will take that every time with my normal regimen. And as I mentioned earlier, to maximize this, you want to take it 3 times a day with food with fat in it. So at some point I will start doing that again, where I'll take my big handful of vitamins when I eat my first meal. Then when I eat my second meal, I'll take 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C and 1,000 of salmon omega. I say salmon omega, but it's just omega-3. It doesn't have to have salmon in it. And then when my final meal or my dinner or whatever, I'll take another vitamin C 1,000 and omega-3 1,000. Awesome. Great for your heart. Great for staving off heart attack. Great for staving off cancer. It's the shit. It's great. It's awesome. Plus, you can get this stuff in your food. Let me address that I'll address that at the end here. I'm done with vitamins. Garlic. I take garlic. The science on garlic is not as strong as the other ones, but there's no side effects. There's no downsides. So I take garlic. It's just for overall health. Then I take vitamin E. Vitamin E is an antioxidant. It helps fight free radicals, and that helps stave off cancer. Then I take magnesium. Magnesium is one of the most important vitamins you can possibly take. Most people are magnesium deficient. The food you get is not sufficient to get the magnesium that you need. A lot of various health benefits to magnesium. Again, huge long-term benefits. In my opinion, magnesium is one of those mandatory things you've got to take. Especially if you're a guy, especially if you're like working out, lifting weights, exercising, things like that, really, really important. Beta carotene, the old thing about that is beta carotene is good for your eyes because it turns into vitamin A when you take it. It's just the same thing as why you take vitamin E. So E, C, and beta carotene are all 3 antioxidants for fighting free radicals in your system to stave off cancer. Let's see, is that all I take? That's it. That's all I take. Not that many, but I take enough. And at one point I was taking CoQ10. I stopped taking it because I just didn't see the science. If any of you could provide real science from a real scientific objective lab or groups of labs, send that over and I can take a look at it. But I just didn't see the science and the benefits. I'm like, why am I taking this? It's kind of expensive. Some of these vitamins are bullshit. Some of them are, okay? The ones I just listed to you aren't. These are real. That's why I take them. Really quick, another excuse I forgot to address is that, well, you get plenty, you don't need to take vitamins, you get plenty of vitamins from food. False, false, false. That is not true. Even if you eat a 100% raw food diet, you're not going to get 100% of all the vitamins you need to live a long life, to have good anti-aging, to have all those things. There's a reason that human beings used to die at age 25. There's a reason, because their diets were vitamin deficient. Okay, I'm sorry, this is the way it goes. So that is not true. Okay, now I'm going to switch gears and talk about the vitamin regimen I take to stave off disease, flus, colds, things like that. And so here's what I take. So I do not take this every day. I just take it as needed when I feel like a cold coming on, or if I'm going to be traveling in a plane for 14 hours with a bunch of sick people and shit, or being at crowded airports, stuff like that, okay? So that comprises a few things. Again, vitamin C. So I'll take an additional set of vitamin C and an additional set of vitamin D. Another 10,000 of IU of vitamin D, which means, yes, I'm going over 10,000 IU. If I take my normal vitamins plus my immune system vitamins, I'm going over 10,000, which is not healthy to do, but temporarily, one day is going to kill you, you're fine. Not a big deal. Done it many times, not a big deal. Let's see. C, D, and then I take Echinacea Golden Seal. And so there's normal Echinacea and there's Echinacea Golden Seal. My understanding is from a few doctors that Echinacea Golden Seal is much better than normal Echinacea in terms of boosting immune system. And I will take 4 of them when I do this. 4 big pills of Echinacea Golden Seal. To get benefits for your immune system at the moment, you need to take a lot. It's not like Tylenol, you take 1 pill. You got to take like 12 of them in a day. So I'll take a pack of 4 in the morning, maybe a pack of 4 in the afternoon, a pack of 4 in the evening. Okay, again, with food, with fat in it, or don't take it. Then I will take a garlic extract, and I will take about 3,000 IU of that. That's in addition to my usual garlic. So basically it is vitamin C, D, Golden Seal Echinacea, garlic extract, and then lastly, I take a thing called, I won't even talk about that. That's not a vitamin. I want to keep this to strictly just vitamins. So that's what I take. That's my vitamin regimen. I strongly recommend that you have a vitamin regimen. If you want to copy what I'm doing, that's fine. It is different based on if you're a man or a woman. For example, if you're a woman, you might need to take calcium at certain points in your life. If you're a man, please don't do that. You will get a kidney stone. Ask me how I know. And if you are young, for example, if you're 22 and you're an athlete, you'll have different vitamin needs than if you're a 62-year-old man and you barely exercise. So be aware of that. Do your own research on the internet. Okay, ask your doctor. Don't ask your normal, general practitioner doctor. He won't know a goddamn thing about it. Ask a doctor who specializes in this stuff. Get various different opinions. Don't talk to your friend or your uncle. These people are morons. They're going to tell you to take things like CoQ10, which don't do anything. So be aware. Have your bullshit detector on high at all times whenever asking questions about vitamins. Okay, because there's a lot of bullshit about this on the internet. I mean, there just is. And maybe it's entirely possible that down the road there will be some real science about how CoQ10 helps. And if that's the case, I'll start taking it again. And certainly over time, I may add new vitamins as I learn new things. I'm looking at turmeric, how do you say it? Turmeric? Looking at turmeric to reduce inflammation. I think that's looking really good. I may add that to my regimen. If you have any suggestions on what you think I should add to my regimen, certainly let me know. But I'm going to be super, super, super fucking skeptical unless you show me many, many links that show this actually works in clinical trials and not just some natural path who thinks it's a good idea. But vitamins are important. Strongly suggest you do them. And if this is a topic you're more interested in, let me know. And I can always do a follow-up podcast on this topic. And I will see you next week. Have fun. Bye.